It may be raining and it may be windy, but it will not stop the voice of Woodley right here on this fantastic Friday afternoon, right here in the Woodley precinct. Yes, it's windy and yes, it's raining, but we're still right here. And do you know what? I hope it's not raining windy in 4 months' time today, because in 4 months' time today will be this year's Woodley Carnival 2014. And yes, I can assure you that there is plenty of excitement in store for this year's carnival, and of course leading up to this year's carnival as well. Well, welcome along to this week's The Voice of Woodley, and in just over a month's time, a month tomorrow, on Saturday the 15th of March, we will be celebrating St. Patrick's Day right here in Woodley. Yes, you can go along to the St. John Bosco Church and they'll be having an Irish night. And they're also trying to raise money at St. John Bosco Church for some improvements to the building. Well, of course, what on earth has happened to the Woodley Theatre? I keep going onto their website. I hope they have something in store for us all to enjoy. But there is a big celebration in store this year, because this year is 80 years since the beginning of the Reading Radio Club, which of course meets at the Woodley Woodford Park Leisure Centre on the 2nd and 4th Thursday of the month. They won Club of the Year 2010 in just under 2 weeks' time. On Thursday the 27th of February, they're having a speech from an engineer from the BBC. Of course, on the 13th of March, they're having a talk from a group of people that did an expedition to the Falklands and Shetlands with radio equipment. And then, of course, on the 27th of March is the great junk sale, a great auction that goes on. Well, I may remind you as well, of course, we have the Woodley Berkshire Museum of Aviation. Last year celebrated 100 years of the first landing in Woodley, and they have plenty of things to go and look at, and they've built plenty of models too. Well, the Bull and Checkers will be having a group called the Skanksters performing on Saturday the 22nd of February, and they'll also be having on the 1st of March a solo ska band, and then on Saturday the 15th of March they will be having Frankie and the Fish, who is certainly a regular to the Bull and Checkers. At the Thatchers, yes, there's plenty coming up at the Thatchers. The Monkey Shop will be performing tomorrow, in fact on Saturday the 15th of February, and then of course on Saturday the 22nd of February will be karaoke at the Thatchers. Of course, you can go to the Inn on the Park in Woodford Park, and they'll be having karaoke on the 1st of March, which will be probably heard throughout the whole centre of Woodley and maybe even beyond. Well, of course, if you're interested in being part of the Scouts, remember that we have the 1st Woodley Scouts who are in South Lake Crescent, 2nd Woodley Scouts who are in Vauxhall Drive, 3rd Woodley Western Avenue, and 5th Woodley Wangels Road. So look at the website or speak to somebody who is in authority of those areas. Well, I hope that everybody is okay in this flooding here in Woodley and beyond. I hope you're all being careful where you're driving and where you're walking, and if you're walking around Ashenbury Park, and probably Woodford Park now, certainly put those boots on. Now remember, of course, we have Park Run every Saturday at 9 AM in the morning, and on the first Sunday of every month at 11 AM we have the Junior Park Run. Of course, in March it's on the 2nd Sunday of the month. Well, of course, last month celebrated 40 years. Yes, Finn Hare celebrated 40 years, of course, there along Loddon Bridge Road. Well, from a rather wet Woodley precinct, and all the shops down here, we're just outside Woodley Pets, of course, which has now nearly been established for 2 whole years. Fantastic. From everybody here, if you'd like to contact me, then please do on 07738 573812 or jack.wright@guidemail.co.uk. Well, from everybody here on The Voice of Woodley for this week, I'd like to say goodbye and thank you for joining me.